All right, I don't know about you, but I have always loved garlic bread. Garlic bread, it doesn't matter if I'm eating pasta or something like that. I'll eat garlic bread with anything. And this is toasted cheesy garlic bread. Now, what's fantastic here is that you actually make the garlic spread ahead of time. So you can make a whole bunch. You could, make a huge batch and always have it on hand, which is fantastic. Anytime you want garlic bread, spread it on and away you go. And then it just, we toast it in the oven so the garlic butter just soaks down into the bread. We've got Parmesan cheese in there. We've got mozzarella. Yeah, it's just fantastic. So let's go in the kitchen and make some right now. All right, to make this garlic bread, first thing we want to do is we'll make the garlic butter itself. Now, I like to make, today I'm just going to make the amount we need for this one baguette, but usually I would make much more butter, double, triple, quadruple the amount, because we're going to let it cool down anyways. You're just going to spread it on afterwards. So you can make this ahead of time, way ahead of time. But if you make a whole bunch, you can just put a bunch into a jar, keep it in the refrigerator, and you've got it there anytime you want to make yourself garlic toast. And it saves you a lot of hassle of having to make it each time. So my recommendation, quadruple it. Throw it in a big jar of stuff. So what we have here today for just a one-time amount is we have a half a cup of butter, and I've cut that into smaller pieces so just so it'll melt faster. I have here one whole head, like about this size head of garlic, which would give you about 7 to 8 cloves of garlic. In this case, we've got kind of a big clove here, so it's only 7, but yeah, it might be 8, or they're all small like this size here, 9. Just grab one head of garlic, you're good to go, because really a little bit of difference in size is not going to make that much difference. And then I've got a half a teaspoon of salt. So let's get the butter going, and we're going to do this all on low heat because we don't want to burn. Remember, garlic burns quite easily. So in a lot of butter like this, it's going to be safer because it's going to be just kind of cooking inside that hot butter and not really frying on a pan. But still, we want to keep it at a low heat and just slowly cook it. So let's get that going. All right, gonna set that at low heat, melt the butter. Let's come back when that butter is melted and get the garlic and salt in there. All right, the butter has melted, so in goes the garlic, in goes the salt, and then just gonna give that a little bit of stir. That's it. Now I'm gonna let that cook, just checking in on it every once in a while, giving it a little stir every once in a while. Gonna cook that for 15 minutes. You can go 15 to 20 minutes, okay? Usually 15 is going to do it, but what you want is you want the garlic to get kind of soft. It's going to be a little squishy so we can mash it and make our delicious garlic butter paste. All right, see you in 15 minutes. All right, that's been cooking for about 15 minutes. My burner is always quite hot, cooking with gas. So 15 minutes is good enough for me because we get a little browning there. Those are looking beautiful. Got golden color in there. Delicious. They're soft. They can be broken up. Good. So what I want to do now is I want to take a fork. Take these over here. And I'm just going to squishing down on the garlic to kind of turn it into a bit of a paste. Now, sometimes this is easier is if you do this like on a little plate or something like that. You can transfer it to something else. I'm just going to get the majority done here, and then I'm just going to put it into my jar. This is where I'm going to allow it to cool in here. Look at that, we got that goodness, a little browning deliciousness in there. That's going to be really good on our garlic bread. Now just taking a fork, and on the sides, just like making mashed potatoes or anything like that, just mashing. You can do this if you have one of those little mini food processors. Toss it in there, especially if you're doing a bigger batch. It's really worthwhile doing it with a bigger batch. For a small batch like this, I'm happy just to do it with my fork until I've mashed that up into a good paste. All right, so what I'm gonna do is mash that up into a paste, let that cool, and you can just let it cool, sit out on the counter. Later on, when it's cooled, you can leave it out, or if it's in summer, you might want to put it in the refrigerator. What we want to do is we just want to bring it back to like a butter. It's just butter full of garlic, and it's going to be, then we're going to spread it later on our garlic bread. All right, that garlic butter has been sitting a few hours. You can solidify it up. What I have here to go with it is one baguette that I've split in half. So you've got the top and you've got the bottom. I had to cut the ends off because this one was so long it wouldn't fit in my oven. So it's just a perfect size right there. What I have here is 4 ounces or 110 grams of mozzarella cheese grated, and 2 ounces or 55 grams of Parmesan cheese grated. So first thing you want to do is, while it was solidifying, a lot of solids always go to the bottom. So what you want to do is just kind of get something like a sturdy spoon like this and go in here and mix this up. You know, you don't want that garlic even distributed. There we go, just like that. This is wonderful stuff. So, yeah, put some on each side. Just generous portions of this on here. You want lots of garlic. You want the butter melting down into the bread and just making it absolutely delicious. So I'm going to get all this, I'm going full out. All right, now just going to take this and spread it. It's going to go into those pockets and stuff. It's just going to melt in there and just add so much flavor and deliciousness. I love garlic bread, and especially this one. I think we got a little bit extra over here, so we'll put it over there. Just kind of even amounts to either side. All right, that's looking good. So what we're going to do now is, first of all, the Parmesan cheese, because we want the mozzarella on top. It'll melt down through the Parmesan cheese. Mozzarella tells us to melt a bit more than Parmesan. So I'm just going to get this on here. As you see, we have a lot of Parmesan cheese because, you know, it really, when you grate it with the microplane, it just really becomes a lot of cheese. So you kind of tamp it down a little bit. All right, and then on goes the mozzarella. Just spread that over the top. Now, while this is happening, I've got the oven preheating on the broiler. We're just going to broil this. So I've got the broiler heating up a bit. All right. Now, don't worry too much about some of the cheese that's gone over the edge, because remember from when we baked a couple other things, how we get this beautiful browned cheese, little tidbits to eat off of there. They are absolutely delicious. All right, okay, that's going to go in the oven. I'm going to put it in there for about 4 to 5 minutes. Just going to keep an eye on it. It depends on your grill and how close you are and how hot it is and all. But what you want to look for is you want the cheese to melt. You want it to start browning and bubbling a bit on top. When that cheese is melted, the butter is definitely melted. It's all down inside there and delicious. So see you in a couple minutes. All right, there we go. Melted. Starting to get brown on the edges a little bit. It could actually go in for another minute, but that's looking good. The butter's all melted. The garlic's in there. It's delicious. Let's serve some up. What you do is just move that over a bit here. That's gonna be a little hot, but let's cut one right now. Oh yeah, let's lift that out of there. Come on. We've got that. Oh, beautiful! Look at that browning and melting there. That is going to be delicious. Let's bring it over here, and all you do to serve these up, just slice across, cut a bunch of these, and then serve them up to your friends, or eat them all by yourself. Let's see, that one shouldn't be too hot. Oh, yeah, make some of this right away. Now, if you go to the link appearing on the screen, you can get the free printable recipe for your own toasted cheesy garlic bread on our website. Also, if you're enjoying these recipes and you want to see more, please support Kuma's Kitchen by getting on as a patron. You go to kumalink.com/vids, easy peasy. Now, go print out the recipe, have fun making and eating this delicious treat, and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.